Yeah, we are going to return to fall-like conditions at least early October next week. And if you look where we should be, that's going to be right in the upper 60s too. And you see we're steadily falling too throughout the month. To the end of the month, we're back in the mid 50s. So that's what to look forward. But even then, towards the end of next week, we kind of bump those temperatures back up. So we're not looking at any really below average type of temperatures this time of year, even though we are going to drop back going into next week. Now, right now, the high temperatures across the area, a lot of 80s, a lot of 90s out there. If you want to get cooler conditions, you got to go out to the west. They have a storm system that will be impacting them. So while they'll get cooler and more precipitation, including some areas getting some snow out there, we're going to stay warm all the way up into southern Canada, but that will change. But for right now, tonight, the bigger story going tonight is going to be the overnight lows. These are actually closer to our high temperatures for this time of year. So a very warm night, mid 60s, potentially even some upper 60s. So very warm to start off Saturday. The one thing going into Saturday that might keep the temperatures down a degree or two from today is the wind picks up a little bit. We could see some gusty winds, but still we're only talking maybe a degree difference. Upper 80s with a few 90s out there, record potential. Very warm, plenty of sunshine, a few high clouds, but other than that, it's going to be very dry. And there's your records that we had today. We got close to it, and tomorrow we're going to be very close. Probably going to hit that right there. You can see either tie or get very close to it at both locations, given that the records are a little bit lower compared to what they were today. So that'll be the last of it. As you look going into Sunday, we're going to have another warm night, Saturday night too. Once again, mid 60s. That wind will pick up too and be breezy Sunday. Now, once we go into Sunday, the front does get closer, so the highs come back down, but still potentially for some mid 80s in some locations. Further west you go, likely more low 80s, given the cloud cover will increase. That front will be getting closer, and the wind too, but still well above average, just not record. Now, the winds tomorrow, we'll probably see the gust range 30 to 35, probably in the afternoon time frame. As you go to northeast Iowa, southeast Minnesota, that's typically the more favorite areas to get the higher gust. They're not going to die off too much at night. We will get some maybe gusts 25 to 30, but still quite breezy overnight. And then Sunday, they could pick up maybe 35, maybe a little bit stronger ahead of the front coming through. You'll start seeing the color change right there as the front's going to be coming through towards the evening. So definitely wind will be a factor for Sunday and early Sunday evening too before the front comes through and we start seeing the wind turn around behind that. So if you got outdoor plans, something to keep in mind of. Now, for precipitation, you're going to hold off probably. A lot of this may struggle in the beginning to reach the ground since it's so dry. So I don't expect a lot of precipitation until we get maybe past 5 to 6, as this won't pick up. You can see right there it really starts picking up once the front gets closer. Probably after 7 to 8, we'll see lines of showers, maybe a storm. It's not going to be widespread precipitation, and it'll linger all the way through maybe early Monday morning before we have a break. So don't expect a lot of precipitation. I think a better shot is as you go further south. There's your temperatures for Monday, much more where they should be for this time of year. And if you look at the extended, that's kind of the idea next week, although we do climb back up to above average. So we will be mild towards the end of next week and back into the 70s too. But overall, a little bit more typical fall-like conditions once we get past this weekend. So definitely stay hydrated out there. The wind will be blowing pretty good, and then we do have that rain chance coming Sunday night.
This is going to cool us off just a bit.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Greg.